Hey guys, so I'm doing kind of like an informal video. I don't know why me sitting on the couch makes it informal, but that's what I felt like doing because I'm gonna do a Q&A. I got so many questions, so I really wanted to get all of the questions, like most of the questions answered. I might have to split this up into 2 videos because otherwise it's gonna be like an hour. I think I'm gonna split them up into like relationships, boys, dating, girls, whatever. I think I'm gonna split them up into like relationships and dating, and then the other ones are just like more personal questions, just because that's kind of, I feel like, the 2 categories. So I'm just gonna get into it and then we're gonna see how this pans out. Okay, so the first question is, have you ever had your heart broken? Yes, I'm human. Yeah, I mean, I've had 4 boyfriends in my life. I was a big boyfriend person for a while, but I had 2 high school boyfriends, and then I had 1 university boyfriend, and now I'm dating Joey, and I'm outside of university, so I've had 4 boyfriends. I am 24, going on 25. Whew, that's scary to say. And yeah, I've definitely had my heart broken. My first heartbreak was definitely the hardest one because I had never experienced that before. I had never experienced that pain before, and I didn't know there was like an end to it, right? I didn't know that there was like a light at the end of the tunnel. So that was definitely the hardest one for me, just because it was new. It was a very new experience. And then as you get older, like for sure, they still are the worst. They suck, but you kind of like know what to expect. You know, you're like, okay, in 2 weeks I'm gonna feel like better, and then I'm gonna feel great in a month, and then in 2 months I'm gonna not even care, and you know, like you kind of know what to expect. But yeah. How are you so confident with being single? So I was single for 3 years in between my 2 boyfriends, and it was like the best. Like I grew so much as a human. I learned to be by myself. I learned to be independent. I moved out. I lived by myself, and I just created this like amazing life by myself. I didn't depend on anyone. I had friends. I went out, and I just did everything for me. And those 3 years of my life, like I'm so thankful and happy for them, because I just feel like I got all my shit together, you know, like I'd been with a boy here, and then I was, you know, dating someone else, and then you're just like, I was always with, like, had a boyfriend or liked someone or whatever, and it just like, I needed those 3 years. I mean, 3 years was kind of a long time, but like I needed that time to like love myself and be myself and know that no matter what happens in my life, I'm totally cool by myself, and I can live, and I can just be an independent human alone. It took a while, I would say, but just living single, like being single, you kind of learn to love it, and it's the best. What do you think about cheating in relationships? Okay, I think every relationship and every situation is very unique, and you can't judge anyone. Okay, so I think if you're married and you've been with someone for a very long time, and there's a lot of different facets to your relationship, and you know, something when you guys weren't like, I just think that when you've been together with someone for so long, cheating isn't end all be all for me. It's not like, goodbye, we're breaking up, it's divorce. I think it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to get over, and if someone's cheating, there's a clear root to the problem why they're cheating. So in marriages and stuff, I think if both people are willing to work at it, the trust is broken and it's so hard to get back, but if people are willing to work at it, I think it's whatever that couple decides. If you're just like dating someone and you're young and someone cheats on you, no, goodbye. Like you can't even stay faithful to me when we're just like dating and like having fun and having a good time. No, that's like done for me. If someone cheats on me like now, no, I'm done. Relationships are supposed to bring happiness into your life and make you like a better person and bring you joy. And I feel like a lot of people, the first thing they give up in relationships is their happiness. I think that when I was younger, I felt kind of like dependent on people. So if something bad had happened, I would forgive it. But looking back, it's like, no, that person's young and they're cheating on you. They don't want to be in this relationship. So goodbye, boy, bye. Sorry if that was kind of confusing. First kiss story. I was in grade like 7, end of grade 7 or something. So my first peck, I think was like in kindergarten. I kissed a boy on the head. It was Dylan. I had a crush on him for a long, long time. Got like a timeout or something and I was like, I hope that you like don't get in trouble or something like that. And then my first like peck on the lips with a boy, I think was like a truth or dare in grade 6. And then my first like kiss, it was in grade 7. And I remember I liked these 2 boys. I had crushes on these 2 boys. And then I ended up kissing this one boy. We were in like a basement, like, you know, when you're like younger and you like hang out in basements with all your friends. And we were in this chair and we like made out. Ugh. And I like remember thinking like I kind of wanted to make out with that other boy. Like I wasn't like fully invested in this boy. And he had braces and it was like painful and our teeth are hitting. Not cute. First kiss stories aren't cute. What is the most important thing in a relationship? For me, trust, security, and just like having the same morals and values, I think creates a long-term relationship, being on the same page with all that, and then having fun with each other. Like, I have never met someone who makes me laugh as much as Joey makes me laugh, you know? We just have so much fun together, we can be silly, we can be ourselves, and I think that's super important. I never feel like I have to be someone else, or I can just always be me. Definitely the most important, but on like a long term, that's obviously important, but the having the same morals and the same values, I think really creates like a good foundation for a relationship. What are some things I do to get over a breakup? So I told you I've had my heart broken a few times, or even not having my heart broken and just going through a breakup. So I give myself like a day to be sad. I always need that day to like watch movies and hang out and chill and just be sad. And then I like get up and I do things. Like I go to the gym, I make plans with friends, I go with the girls, we get drunk, we have fun, we go for dinner. I really start hanging out with my friends to take my mind off. I throw myself into work. I'll be very productive and I'll make a lot of plans. Maybe I'll take up a new hobby. Like I know that if I'm sitting in bed just like thinking about it or whatever, like it's just gonna be awful. So I really actively try to sign up for things and hang out with my friends, and go out and go away and do all those fun things to take my mind off it. But 100% give yourself like one day to be sad or one night, and then the next day you gotta like push through it, because the faster you do that, the faster you're gonna get over it. Advice for a first date, small talk, questions, convo. So last year I went on this like big, like I'm a yes man, I'm gonna go on so many dates, and like not so many dates, but like if someone asked me on a date, I would say yeah, and just go. So I think just like being yourself, I know it's kind of hard because it's like a little awkward and nerve-wracking, but just like treating that person like a friend, I think is like really good advice, because you get to have fun on the date. Like I always have a few drinks, we kind of just like laugh and whatever. Obviously you don't need to have a few drinks if you don't drink, whatever, but just like treat that person like a friend. Small talk, like ask what they do, ask what their interests are. I don't know, usually the conversation just kind of flows, right? But like definitely like, what do you do? Where do you live? Where do you go to school? Or like, where do you go to school? Like that sort of stuff. Just like have fun. And also going on a date that's like interactive is a really good way to kind of like break up the conversation and have other things to talk about. So like, this is a very bad example, don't do this, but like going bowling, you know what I mean? Like you're doing something, don't, like I think bowling's kind of a stupid first date, but like do something. Don't just like go for dinner. And I don't go for dinner on a first date. Just not something I like to do. I'd rather just go for drinks. It just makes it more casual and easier for me. That's what my first dates have always just been like drinks. So these next two questions are the same question, but one is about being in university and one is outside. So how did you balance boys' relationship, school, and work? How do you balance running your own business, doing YouTube, working out, and being in a relationship? Kind of can answer the same way. So I was single the last year of school. Yeah, the last year, maybe the last 2 years of school, year and a half of school. But with that, I always put myself first. And in my relationship right now, Joey and I have this understanding that like, we're both young and like we're both trying to succeed in our careers, and we know that right now is super important. So I put myself first right now, and if I need something or if he really needs something, like I will of course put him first in that situation. But in general, like if he wants to go on a date and I'm like, listen, I have so much work to do, I'm really sorry. He understands. Other way around, he works at his office pretty late sometimes, and just we spend time when we can spend time together. So, you know, he'll be working really late, I'll be working really late, he'll come over, you know, we'll watch a movie and go to bed. We really try to spend time together when we can, but I always put my company right now in my life, I put work first. Probably not the healthiest thing, but that's me. I put work first, which is Uncle and YouTube. And then like I always try to get a workout in. Sometimes like I'll sacrifice the workout, but I really try to get my workout in, and I try to take care of me first. And then, because if I'm not feeling good and I'm not feeling healthy and successful, then I'm not gonna have a healthy and successful relationship. So I really have learned in those single years to just be independent and take care of me. And then if I'm feeling good and feeling healthy and independent, then that will translate over into my relationship. Joey and I have the same view on that, so that's kind of how we balance our relationship out. But I'm always about taking care of me first, because like if I'm not gonna love me, who's gonna love me? You know what I mean? That's it for the relationship, boys, and dating portion. If you have any other questions, feel free to DM me or leave them in the comments down below, and maybe I can do something like in a vlog and answer more questions. Right now, I'm going to start the second portion of this video, which is going to be like more about me and my personal life and growing up and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Peace and love.